Hi, Scrapping Gals here. So today we wanted to show you how to make this tag using Tim Holtz Distress Inks for the background, using a background stamp. This one is using a flower that we made and also just a K & Company bird. Here's some other variations that we've done using the Tim Holtz Distress Inked background and stamps. So this one has a background stamp of like the world, and then it has some metal gears, and then there's a balloon that's been stamped and pop dotted. The background uses like a light pink and some beige and rust tones. This next one here, it's using different blues for the background. It's got stamps of little fish on it. This is not using a full background stamp. These are just stamps added. There's a seahorse, some coral, and a little bow. This one is using pinks, and then also for the branch, that's actually ink that we put on with our finger. And it has a bird that has a dazzler. I'm going to show you one more example of that in this next tag, which uses oranges and yellows for the background, and that's a dazzler butterfly. So there are actually two different variations of how to use a dazzler. We're going to be doing a video in the future on some of the things that you can do with the dazzlers. And that one also has a handmade flower and some lace and some ribbon. So we'll be right back. So the first thing you need to do is cut out a piece of white cardstock. This one we did at 3 by 4.5. You need some distress inks. These are the Tim Holtz Distress Inks. So we have quite a few to choose from. I don't know if you can see that, but we have a lot to choose from. So we're going to go with the peeled paint, the faded jeans, and tumbled glass. So what you want to do is just take one of them and just spread it onto the mat. Just get some of the ink off onto the mat. If you want to overlap the colors, you can do that. Just start with the lighter color first. I just put them next to each other. And then what you want to do is take a mister, and you want to mist it until it beads up. And then take your paper and just swirl it around, getting all the color. Until you get it to look how you want. So we're going to go ahead and get this drying. So we're just going to take a heat gun. That should be good. Okay, once it's dry, we're going to go ahead and get a mat, and we're going to use chipped sapphire for our background stamp. So we want to go ahead and do a nice background stamp on it. Now this one here, because it's not clear, it's on a wooden block. It will be a lot easier if we put it down this way, because we can actually see what we're getting onto the paper. If you had a clear acrylic, you could go straight down and actually see where it's at. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll ink this up. And then we'll put this straight down onto the paper. Just press around. And then when you pull it off, you have your background on the stamp. So I'll clean this off the stamp off, and then we'll be back to decorate it. So we went ahead and made this little flower here to match our tag. And if you want to learn how to make these flowers, you can see our other video on the Ariana blooms. They're from Heartfelt Creations. And so we're just going to go ahead and assemble it. I'm going to go ahead and give this card a little bit of a decorative edge. So I have the Crocodile corner chomper, and I'm going to use the deco. So you can see the edging that it gave it. Okay, so I'm just going to get a glue dot, attach it to my flower. I'm going to go ahead and see, maybe I'll put it here. Like that. And this has already a sticky on the back of it, but it's not very puffy, and I kind of want it to stick out a little more, so I'm going to put my own pop dot so that way it can stick out a little more. Put him there, and then we'll just punch a hole. And you can use any mat too if you want to kind of make sure you get in the center. But scrapbooking is not perfection. It's just using what looks good. And then I just have some ribbon, and probably don't need all of this. I'll just cut some of this really quick. And then I'm just gonna, I folded it in half, the ribbon, and then I'm gonna put it through the hole, pull it out till I can have the loop, and then I take the back ends, both the loose ones, put it through the loop, and then just pull. And that gives you a nice little look at the top. So there's the tag. All done. And this is the tag that we're using, the Tim Holtz Distress Ink for the background, and then we're stamping on it. We are going to do a few other techniques that we've done for some tags, but this one is using the distressed ink background with stamping on it. So that's our tutorial on how to do the distress ink background with stamped images on the front. Thank you. Bye.